Testosterone is linked to bad aggressive behaviors, and I'm going to bust some of the common myths and muscle growth and strength. The confidence comes roaring back. The low energy, the mood, the sex, the strength, the mental sharpness, all those things that were down start to climb back up. Optimizing your T levels can give you a new lease on life. That's the power of getting your hormones in balance. He realizes testosterone was extremely low. Think testosterone is just about muscles and macho men? Think again, it controls way more than you realize. We often hear stereotypes, the aggressive gym bro pumped full of testosterone, but guess what? Testosterone is linked to bad aggressive behavior is largely a myth. This hormone isn't some one-trick pony for bulging biceps or fiery tempers. In reality, it's quietly powering nearly every aspect of a man's health and well-being. Today, I'm going to show you how testosterone actually works in your body, and I'm going to bust some of the common myths and share real stories of men who turn their lives around by optimizing this key hormone. So what does testosterone do besides building muscle? In short, a lot. Testosterone is a primary male sex hormone, and it's like the body's project manager for many systems. Here are some of the key roles testosterone plays in your body. 1. Muscle growth and strength. It helps you increase muscle mass, yes, and muscle strength or power. That's why low T, low testosterone often makes it hard to gain or maintain muscle. Number 2, libido and sexual function. Yes, testosterone boosts your libido and your sexual performance. Healthy testosterone equals a healthy sex drive, and it's crucial for sperm production too. Now, of course, if you're on exogenous testosterone treatment, that shuts down your pituitary axis, which then diminishes and lessens your sperm count, which eventually you may have none, but that's not always the case. Number 3, energy and stamina. Testosterone helps keep your energy levels up, and when it's optimal, you have that get up and go and drive. When it's low, you don't feel so good and you feel a bit fatigued. Number 4, mood and confidence. Testosterone influences your mood and your emotional, helps you feel motivated as well as able to feel upbeat and confident. But low testosterone can bring irritability or sadness. Number 5, focus and memory. Testosterone even sharpens mental focus and memory. Ever heard of brain fog? Well, low T is usually a culprit for this foggy brain in many men. In a nutshell, testosterone is involved in everything from muscles to mindset. It's a hormone that helps shape our deeper voices, our body hair during puberty, and it continues to support things like bone strength and even red blood cell production throughout life. Pretty powerful, right? So does any of that sound familiar? Perhaps you've been dragging by mid-afternoon, or your workouts feel like you're just treading water. Maybe your intimacy isn't what it used to be and it's just not in your head. Low testosterone can make you feel like a shell of your former self, and in fact, in severe cases, men with low T often say they feel a loss of who they are, or they feel like they're 50 years older than they are. With the loss of testosterone, life just feels gray and feel like you've got less drive to do the things you once loved to do. Now, I've spoken to men who thought, well, maybe I'm just getting old, or, that's just the way hormones are and they kind of just balance out. But in reality, it's not a good place to be. Imagine you're exhausted sitting at your desk and you just don't feel like life is what it once was. And this is usually attributable, not always, but many times, symptoms of low testosterone. So what are the benefits of optimized testosterone levels? There is good news. It doesn't have to stay that way, that dreary gray that you might be feeling. And if testosterone is a culprit of your low mood, it doesn't have to stay that way. If you discover you have low testosterone, and you can do this by having a blood test, then optimizing your testosterone levels through lifestyle, potentially changes to what you've been doing, or medically supervised testosterone therapy can transform your daily life. And I don't say it lightly. I've seen it countless times with our clients in my own life as well. When I started testosterone treatment, when testosterone is brought back to a healthier range, the benefits are tremendous, both physically and mentally. It can take a while to get there. Even when on testosterone treatment, you have to see it through. But in general, physically, you can see many of the big changes. Many men see energy skyrocket. They're not falling asleep after lunch, or even skipping workouts because there's that general drive to be there. And men don't feel overly drained. Obviously, sleep is important too, so you can't expect testosterone to do all the hard work. But generally speaking, when testosterone is optimized, you do feel better. Your gym sessions start paying off again, and your muscles firm up, and your strength increases instead of just dwindling for no reason in particular. Well, we know the reason. It was low T. And so hopefully your metabolism rebounds, which it usually does with optimal testosterone. Your performance in the bedroom usually improves, as well as your confidence and your desire to have sex, or libido increases. And many of those ED issues will improve as a result of your testosterone being optimized. Now, one medical review found that men with low T saw a significant improvement in erection quality and sex drive once the testosterone was treated. In short, your body starts to respond like it was meant to. Mentally and emotionally, the turnaround can be just as dramatic. Remember that brain fog we talked about? Does it lift? With optimized testosterone, men do report regaining mental clarity and focus. That feeling when your mind is sharp and focused again can be life-changing in many cases. Mood gets better, irritability fades, and a sense of well-being returns. Some men will report that their confidence comes roaring back, and they wake up energized, they look and feel stronger, and feel more positive than they have in years. Your motivation tends to set new goals, and you have a drive to achieve them where in the past that you didn't. So rather than sitting on the sidelines, you're now actually participating. And as one article put it, when your testosterone is balanced, you're more likely to feel positive, motivated, and focused instead of depressed and anxious. It's literally life-changing in the mindset and also in the body. Essentially, optimizing your T levels can give you a new lease on life. All those areas that the low testosterone was dragging you down with, the low energy, the mood, the sex, the strength, the mental sharpness, all those things that were down start to climb back up. And it's the you again that you've missed for a long time, the you that has been there all along. I've had men tell me that they went from dreading each day to genuinely looking forward to life. That's the power of getting your hormones in balance. Real life transformations, 2 stories of reclaimed vitality. So these are men I've worked with who balance my hormones. I want to share a couple of real life stories to show just how profound the impact of optimizing testosterone can be. These are some men that I've worked with through Balance My Hormones, and their experiences might sound a lot like what you or someone you know is going through. So case study 1, John's come back. Meet John, age 40. John came to us feeling utterly defeated. He told me he had constant fatigue, zero motivation, and overall sluggishness, and he felt like his best days were behind him. He had piled on weight despite trying to exercise, and his sex drive had dwindled to almost nothing. Every day was a struggle. He'd forced himself to get out of bed, to slog through work, and he'd crash early, just didn't feel like staying awake after dinner. So John suspected he had low testosterone and had a blood test, and it confirmed that his levels were abnormally low for someone his age. So we started him on tailored TRT, a plan that was prescribed by our doctors at BMH. And fast forward a few months later, the changes were remarkable. John said that within weeks, his energy levels soared, and his sex drive was also like it was in his early 20s. So with his newfound energy, he started going to the gym more consistently and ended up losing over 25 pounds while gaining muscle. So I assume it's mostly fat. More importantly, he got his drive and zest back for life, and he started feeling excited to tackle each day. Today, he'll tell you he feels like a new person, or rather like his old self again. John has his life back, and he's living it to the fullest, whether it's playing with his kids, excelling at work, or enjoying date night with his wife. So case study 2, let's talk about Mark's transformation. Now, meet Mark. He's 32. Obviously, we're not using real names because that would be a breach of GDPR, but Mark's story is a bit different, just as eye-opening though. Despite being younger, he was really struggling. He described to us that his energy was at rock bottom. He had brain fog every day, and his libido was practically non-existent. Heard this before. He said he felt like he was trapped in his body and his mind, and that just nothing was really working. On top of that, Mark experienced wild mood swings and had zero drive or motivation to get things done that he needed to get done, and he felt it was all a bit overwhelming. He was a guy who tried to stay healthy and fit, but he couldn't put on muscle no matter how hard he trained or tried, and this was so frustrating for him. So sure enough, after the blood test, he realized his testosterone was extremely low for his age. So Mark actually got some results, and over a couple of years, he said the results were like night and day. Now, Mark says my energy levels are through the roof and my brain fog that used to drag me down is completely gone. He finally started adding lean muscle mass, which is not just for vanity, but for health, having optimal muscle mass. And Mark reports seeing progress from his workouts and a huge confidence booster. Even more importantly, he said his libido came back, his mood swings are gone, and he feels like he has control of his life again. Every morning he wakes up feeling driven, happy, and confident instead of dreading the day, in Mark's own words. Starting TRT was one of the best decisions he ever made because it gave him his life back from feeling stuck in a rut to thriving with purpose. That's the difference between optimizing testosterone or not optimizing testosterone. These are just two examples, but I see stories like John's and Mark's every day. Men who thought they'd lost their edge or even lost a part of themselves suddenly get that spark back. It's incredibly rewarding to witness. If you're listening to this and any of this hits home, I want you to know that you're not alone and there's hope. Now, of course, what John and Mark experienced, most people do, but not everyone. Everyone is different in how they improve on TRT. If there were some other underlying conditions, not everyone has a complete turnaround. Many people do report improvements, whether it be improvements in metabolic health or improvements in general mood. But we're all human at the end of the day. Not every day goes exactly the same. Some days you've got up, some days you get down. That's life. But overall, if you look at the trend from before starting TRT to after, the vast majority, in fact, we did a survey, outcome survey, over 90%, almost 94% reported vast improvement in their symptoms after starting TRT. And you can see that on our website at balancemyhormones.co.uk. So by now you can see just how powerful a role testosterone plays in a man's body. It's not just about muscle, because that would assume vanity, though muscle is important for health and wellness and building your metabolism. It's also about your mind, your overall body, and your spirit working together. When the testosterone hormone is in balance, along with your other hormones, you feel alive, energized, strong, motivated, and fully you. And when it's put out of whack, life can be really difficult. It's like you're driving with your parking brake on, or the handbrake. The important takeaway is that if you suspect you have low testosterone, you might want to have it looked into. You don't want that to hold you back, and you don't want to dismiss it as just getting older. You want to do something about it. So at the very least, get your blood levels checked. Ask your doctor, your healthcare professional to check them. If you live in the UK, your NHS doctor, GP won't do it, contact Balance My Hormones, because you need to arm yourself with knowledge. So hopefully we've debunked the myths and shown the reality. Optimizing your testosterone can be a game changer for daily life, for general happiness, and essentially long-term health. So if you're feeling the symptoms we've talked about, low energy, low mood, low drive, take action. As always, I tell my clients, you deserve to feel the best you can and reclaim your vitality that you may have lost. And before we finish, I have a challenge for you. Think of a friend or family member who might be struggling with these very issues. Share this video with them. It could be the first step in changing their life. And if you found this helpful, go ahead and hit the like button below. Subscribe to the channel, Balance My Hormones, for more information on testosterone, men's health, and living your fullest life. We've got plenty of expert content on the way. Leave a comment if you have any questions or want to share your story. I read all of them and would love to hear from you. And finally, if you suspect you have low T, don't wait. Reach out to a medical professional or contact us at Balance My Hormones. We're here to help, and we're here to guide you through, just as we help John and Mark and thousands of other patients. It all starts with the first conversation and a simple blood test. You've seen what's possible, the energy, the confidence, the renewed passion for life. Remember, optimizing your hormones isn't about vanity or ego. It's about health, happiness, and getting your life back. Testosterone is a powerful ally in your health when it's balanced and a manageable foe when it's not. So take charge of your health today. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll catch you the next time.